Welcome to the fifth class on the structure and details of the second Beis Hamikdash. In this class, we're going to learn about the Ezras Yisrael. So for starters, the Ezras Yisrael was 135 amas by 11 amas, which is around 212 feet by 17 feet. So we'll begin with a visual representation of this. So it comes out to be just about from Eastern Parkway to Union, and it's almost the entire sidewalk. The sidewalk is actually closer to 18 feet, but it's pretty much the entire sidewalk from Eastern Parkway until Union. Let's just see that from another perspective. So we see over here, it's from Eastern Parkway until Union, and it's pretty much the entire sidewalk. So this was the size, around the size of the Ezras Yisrael. Now, the Ezras Yisrael had a number of things in it. There were 3 leshachas on the north, which are 3 types of rooms, 3 sort of rooms, 3 leshachas in the south, and then there was a lishka on one side of the door going into the Azara, which opens first into the Ezras Yisrael, and another lishka on the other side of the door. So let's go through these different leshachas. So to the north there were 3 leshachas. They were the lishkas agazis for the Sanhedrin Gdela. It says that part of it was in Kodesh and part in Chil, which apparently means that part of it was inside the Ezras Yisrael, but part of it was outside of it, and that way they were able to sit. And this was a Sanhedrin of 71 judges. Then there was the Lishkas HaGoyla. It had a pit where they would draw water from it, and they would use that water for anything that they would need in the Azara. And there was the Lishkas HaEitz, which was a place for the Kohen Gadol. That's where the Kohen Gadol would be during the 7 days before Yom Kippur. And then there were 3 leshachas to the south. So there was the Lishkas HaMelach. That was for the salt for the karbanos. There was the Lishkas HaParva, where they salted the skins. And on top of the Lishkas HaParva, there was a mikvah on its roof. And then there was the Lishkas HaMedichin, which was a place to rinse the innards of the kachim before burning them on the Mizbeach. So it was for the karbanos Eila, which were burnt on the Mizbeach. And then we have these other 2 leshachas. There was Lishkas Pinchas HaMalbish, where the clothing of the Kehanim were stored. And there was the Lishkas Eiseh Chavitin, where the Minchas Chavitin would be made. Now the Kohen Gadol would be makriv the Minchas Chavitin each day, or a Minchas Chavitin, half in the morning and half in the evening. And then finally, one more thing we're going to include in this class is that around the entire Azara, there was a sort of a awning. Now this is not proportional because it doesn't say what the size is. Everything else up to this point is proportional and scaled. And we mentioned in a previous class how the Kehanim would come in through a smaller door in the Beis HaMikdash to inspect the Azara in the morning. So it says that 2 Kehanim would come in and they would go around the sides of the Azara to inspect it, and then they would meet at the Lishkas Eiseh Chavitin, and they would confirm that everything was okay, and then they would go together back to the Beis HaMikdash, and then they would open the bigger door, and the Kehanim would pour into the Azara, and they would begin the Aveda of the day. And with that, we'll end the class.